Hey, what's up everybody? I'm back again with another video today, and it's going to be a kind of a slow day. It is Sunday and all, and there's no pay-per-view or nothing today, so other than football there's really not much going on. Having said that, there's a little bit of news out today. For all you fans of Mick Foley, everyone that is a fan of Mick Foley, I assume that you know he has a comedy routine that he's doing. And from people I've talked to that actually went to one of these events, they never had one around me, so I can't go. But a friend of mine in New York went to one, and he said that it was fantastic. It was hilarious. He was laughing throughout the whole show. Apparently, he uses a lot of wrestling-related jokes, so wrestling fans will probably really like this comedy tour, including myself. But I just never really found Mick Foley to be that funny of a guy myself. But like I said, I'm not gonna criticize the comedy routine unless I see it, and from what I've heard, it's actually really good. So if he ever came around here, if I ever had a chance to go to it, I would. But the reason I bring that up is there's going to be a camera crew going to one of his shows. I'll put all the details in the description box for you guys, but he's going to be having them shoot, WWE, by the way, WWE camera crew is going to be, shooting some of his routine, which I don't know what they're going to end up doing with it, some type of documentary or some crap or something that's supposed to come out next year, so early next year. So everybody look out for that. All you Mick Foley fans, bang bang, look out for that. No other news. More important to me, Shawn Michaels DVD has been completely confirmed. It's a DVD about his Wrestlemania matches. Now, who's a better person to have a Wrestlemania related DVD than Mr. Wrestlemania himself? Shawn Michaels, the greatest in-ring performer of all time, and I don't care who doesn't agree with me on that. It's just how I feel. But when I think about this DVD, I'm thinking, I kind of really couldn't care less. I already own all of his matches on all the WrestleManias. But I found out that he's actually sat down last week and he did a taping of some, documentary like interviews, and he talked and discussed each match and stuff either before or after. So it's going to be a lot of new footage of him sitting down and talking about stuff. Hopefully things that he hasn't really talked about those matches or particular people he faced. Now, that by itself would be the only reason I care to buy this, other than the fact that I buy every wrestling DVD and Blu-ray. But that's the small thing that's going to make people want to get it is the fact that it's going to have interviews. Like I said, anyone that's a big WrestleMania collector or just a DVD collector, even the casual wrestling fans, if they have any kind of DVDs or anything, it's usually WrestleManias. Now, obviously, this will probably be every match Shawn Michaels had at WrestleMania, Mr. WrestleMania himself in its entirety. So a lot of people probably don't have every one of them like I do, and some of you obsessed wrestling fans like myself. But the interview and the sit down of him talking about the match and stuff is what's going to be an instant. Pop that right in the Blu-ray player as soon as I get it, because I can't wait to see that from one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. Now, other than that, there's really not a whole lot of news other than the fact that apparently Ryback really hates the internet, and so it is what it is. And I understand where Ryback comes from sometimes. There is a lot of negativity on the internet from people on either Twitter, Facebook, on here even. I try to do my best to talk about the positives in wrestling, but I am going to say when something to me seems bad. If something's like really horrible, and something that doesn't make that much sense, like for example the Aces and Eights angle, it just never really got over, and a year and a half later, look where we're at now. You know what I mean? So certain things I will criticize, but I do my best to look at the positive sides of wrestling. But like I said, when there's something that seems like a pile of dog crap, I'm going to call it what it is. You know what I mean? So I understand where Ryback comes from, though, because there's a lot of people on here, on Facebook, on Twitter, and I'm sure other media sites that I just personally don't use. So I'm sure somebody still out there still uses MySpace. There's probably one of you out there. But I understand where they come from, talking about just hatred. I can imagine being a wrestler and getting tweets from people all the time. Vicky Guerrero recently talked about how she used to get so much hate mail, but she had to block everybody, and that's something I understand. So I understand completely where Ryback's coming from. I don't think people need to be saying, "Oh, he's hating us. He's hating us." Unless you hate on Ryback, he's not really talking about you. He's talking about the people that just sit there harassing him, not realizing that it's all a work. You know, when he does something in the ring, they act like that's Ryback the person, you know, doing it. And I understand exactly where he's coming from. And people just need to ease up and realize what it'd be like to get that kind of hate mail all the time. But yeah, that's about all the news for right now and today. Thanks a lot for watching this video. And hit that little subscribe button if you could. I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. And if you could, give this a thumbs up. And thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe if you could. Thank you.